I think I lost him again.
What's that?
Oh, I thought I thought we lost you again.
Oh, no, I just wasn't
I'm
talking.
sorry.
So we are
Oh,
going to
okay.
census 11/16/2021, and that's the new commencement date for your speedy trial, okay?
Great.
And
Thank
have
you so much.
has your address changed?
No.
All right, we'll send it to that one. All right, have a good day.
All right. Thank you. You too. Bye bye.
Bye.
Did you want to do slaughter?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
We had addressed Richard Slaughter.
Wait. Gotta get those
This time
numbers.
we're asking 760.
The new expiration date.
214.
I'm using the new commencement date, so that would be the same as 11/16.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I was going. Are we continuing that long?
Oh no, I always cheat too. Right?
Yes, it's 10 o'clock. And who that was on?
Slaughter.
Richard Slaughter. I for some reason. Yes, I got it. All right, so this is continued to 11/16 at 10 o'clock. The new commencement date for speedy trial purposes is 11/16. And is Mr. Slaughter here?
He is.
You're free to go, Mr. Slaughter.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
Mr. Slaughter, did you see
You
my
too.
message to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is that okay? Is that a go? Question I posed to you.
Yes, sir. That'll work.
Yep. Okay.
Yes, that'll work.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Right.
Okay, Christina McGill, can you hear us? She's texting me, so she's on the, but she's saying that her network connection is not.
I wish that Devin were here. We'd put her on the phone. What are we doing with her?
She is clear. She needs to retest.
Can you get her permission to continue the case? And it's an excluded period. And then I see we have Mr. Quintana and Anthony McLean. Okay, can you get fill that one out for McGill?
Okay, it sounds like she can hear us, but we cannot hear her.
All right, so what's the time period that you're looking at?
I would expect 60 days if that is okay with her.
All right, so if Miss McGill, if you can hear me, you'll let Mr. Walls know through the chat the following. I'm going to continue this case to November 16th, 2021 at 10 a.m. And in order for me to do so, you have to waive your right to a speedy trial. If you're willing to do that, the new commencement date will be on the same date as that hearing. Are you willing to do that? (11:16), 10 o'clock.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Okay, I was talking. Was I not talking? Oh my
Well,
gosh.
no, just now is the first words I've heard. Did you hear what I said?
Holy moly. Oh my, yeah, okay. So, I just didn't know what had been said before I had actually got on because it said network error. So when he said
Yes.
waiving my right to speak, so
Okay. So what
I
I'm
just
what I've said
wanted
is
to.
that we're going to continue this case to November 16th so you can get your license back. But in order for me to do
Yeah, I
so,
get it
you
back
have to.
today.
Okay, so in
Oh,
order for me to do so, we have to waive your right to a speedy trial. You're saying you get it back today?
Yep,
So do you want to
we'll
just set this for 2 weeks? Will you be ready?
yep, absolutely.
All right, then if we're going to set this for 2 weeks, we'll just,
yeah, I think we're fine.
we don't need to waive your right to speedy trial. So we're going to set this for October 5th at 10 a.m.
Okay. And thank you for
And
bearing with me. I don't know why the network is just, wow.
well, it's just that way sometimes. Unfortunately, we can't figure it
Yeah.
out. Anyway, has your address changed, ma'am?
No.
All right, so we're sending this to you. The new hearing date is 10/5/2021 at 10 a.m. and hopefully we'll have your license back then. All right, have a good week.
I will have it. Thank you. You too, you guys. Thank you so much.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You know, we could address Anthony McLean.
Mr. McLean, can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Just before we start, I am in treatment, so there might be people walking in and out of the office.
Okay.
Your Honor, and he previously was here screened and did not qualify.
Okay, and Mr. McLean, are you currently employed?
As of right now, I'm in treatment, so no.
All right, and do you have any sort of form of income right now?
No.
All right. At this point, because of your current situation, I am going to direct appoint Mr. Rusnick to represent you.
He was already my attorney, but we were supposed to be
And
talking, but
yeah, there's
been
two
able to
cases.
talk.
I'm talking about the new case as well.
Oh, okay.
On the reckless driving case as well. He's your attorney on the assault fourth degree. We're going to appoint him on both cases. All right,
Okay.
Mr. Rusnick, what would you like to do at this point?
Just set it over to.
He's in a treatment facility.
Yeah. How long are you in, Mr. McLean? Do you know?
I have
Which I mean,
a week and a half.
A week and a half.
2 weeks.
So we're going to set this for 2 weeks. Does that work for you then?
Yes, and I also completed my 8 hours of anger management. I have the letter right here.
All right. So
You
you
want me to
probably
hold
want
it?
to go through that with your attorney first. I'm not sure what the terms are. This is just a pre-trial, so your attorney will want to know that. Okay.
Yeah, this last time we spoke, you told me to complete the class before we
All right.
talked again. I completed it, so I was
Well,
just going to
I'm
show you
glad you
that.
did it. I just, whenever you're sharing information with me, I just prefer to go through the attorney. Okay. I'm
Okay.
actually glad you're doing this, sir, because I like the fact that you're there and you're doing the right things right now. So we're going to continue this for 2 weeks. We'll see you in 2 weeks at 10 o'clock, either by the app or in person. Okay.
Yeah. In 2 weeks. Okay. I'll be home in 2 weeks.
That'll be October 5th. All right.
Yeah, I'll get
And
home on the 4th. That'll be good.
all right. Good luck and take care of yourself. And we'll see you then. Have a good day. All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. So that is that one. And then we have Mr. Quintana. And Judge Bergstadt's on. Let's take that though. Scott, can you hear me?
Are you talking to me?
Sure can.
Talking to Scott.
Yes.
Judge Bergstadt. Hi.
Yes.
Good morning. Let's see. Is Barb still here?
I don't see her online. We had discussed a resolution today. They were going to work on paperwork. I know she also had a DOL hearing, although Mr. Ross might have jumped in, but I don't see them signed back in. So
All right. So we'll check with them and see where they're at and let them know you're online, Judge, and we'll get you going. Okay.
Okay.
Is all well with you?
Yeah, it is. Hey, good to see you.
I hated not seeing you, Spokane. Well, it's good to see you on the screen now.
Yeah.
All right. So once we get them back, we'll get you right on. Okay. So the only one we have left besides that one is Mr. Quintana. So let's take Mr. Quintana
And so Mr. Quintana is here on a failure to transfer title. Mr. Quintana, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So my understanding is you were surrendering back that car to the person you had gotten it from?
Yes, correct.
And has that happened?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Your Honor, and based on that, the city is moving to amend to no tabs. So I'm going to amend the criminal charge to an infraction, and so instead of saying no title, just no tabs. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. So what that means is that if you plead committed to the no tabs, you pay $139. The case is closed. And if you need time to pay, you have time to pay. Do you want to do that?
Okay. Yeah, I would need time to pay.
That's fine. What we'd like is at least $50 a month starting in 30 days. Okay?
In 30 days, $50?
Yes.
Okay.
And you could do it in over 3 payments, 2 payments of 50 and 1 payment of 39, okay?
Okay. And where would I go and pay that?
Right at the courthouse.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good.
All right, and has your address changed since we last talked?
No.
All right, so we'll send it to that address. So when you get that
Okay.
notice, go ahead and just call the court, and they can arrange things for you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Okay, so there's a request for a competency evaluation on Rachel Friend.
That's correct, Your Honor. Her family was here, and we did speak to them after the hearing, and it sounds like then they were of the opinion that she is sufficiently decompensated to not understand what's going on.
Okay. I have signed off on that order then. As soon as we find Barb, can we go ahead and get a call over to her office if she's not in the room? Oh, I thought you said you need to say please.
We could address some of the expired warrants.
All right. We didn't have on the, let's start with the arraignment counter, we didn't have Jenny Buford, so that's an FTA. And the
Hornick was the FTA.
Hornick.
And Cease, the FTA. And then Angela Trapp is an expired warrant. At this point, stays moving to dismiss without prejudice.
Okay. Let's get that one here. Yep, I got that. Yeah.
And then Ronald Warnick is an expired warrant. It looks like he fairly recently got a new address in DOL, and it looks like that was not the one we used to send notice. So we could reset this and send notice to the DOL address.
Which person? Warnick?
Ronald Warnick.
Okay. Resend to DOL address?
Yeah.
And note FTA. Okay, so note an FTA on that and resending to DOL address. I have it on my notes here. All right, 9:30 calendar. Marion Graff, just FTA.
So that's a deferred prosecution. Docket indicates non-compliance with treatment. I know Mr. Rusnick thought that perhaps she was back in.
She's back in compliance. My understanding is, I think she may still be out for financial. I think that was the last.
Yeah. The last one we have here looks like 9. Let me see the date.
It was for the month of August. Yeah.
9/7/2021.
Is it,
out of compliance.
does it say for,
Financially though, right?
No. It says financial compliance. Patient is in non-compliance. Then it says financial compliance, no.
I think that's the
And
only
then
issue.
compliance criteria, yes.
Yeah, I think that was the only issue, money, yeah.
Okay.
given that, I don't have a problem with resetting. She should appear, however, at some point.
Okay, so I'll note FTA and reset for 2 weeks.
Ashley Healy, the next one on the calendar, that's a agreed motion to amend to a nuisance violation. I did send an agreed order to clerk, and it was for amend count 1 to nuisance at 200, mitigate the insurance to 150.
All right, so when you get a chance, we can print out that order and sign it. Then.
What are we on?
Nuisance,
at
200.
200.
By your leave, I don't have any.
All right, so you have nothing on Hector Nicholas, or Nicholas
No,
Hector?
nothing at all.
So what is the issue on Nicholas? What are we waiting for on him?
Hector is enroll in a DB program and do community service.
All right, I'm putting 2,500 on each
EHM.
one.
Oh, the EH. Although actually, so I do see that the docket says that he was given 60 days for the community service and it looks like the DB enrollment and 90 days for EHM. We're only 45 out.
So let's note FTA and reset for.
Why don't, if we could just note the FTA and reset like 60 days out.
You reset these for 60 days would be November 16th. Okay. That is done with it. And then Robin Smith, have you heard from her?
We have not.
Actually,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I actually, yesterday she knew that we had court today, so literally I spoke with her. It wasn't swapping voice messages or anything. So I have to believe she.
Yeah, and this
She showed up yesterday. I think she had court. That's
this
right.
is a case where she did inpatient treatment. We needed a victim panel and then the aftercare program.
I'm resetting for
so-
2 weeks, noting FTA.
Fair enough.
Resetting for 10-5. All right, then we have the 10 o'clocks, and you have no information on anybody on here. So Bennett is not yours. Anything from her? We got Kuhn here. We got that figured out. How about Brandon Philly?
That is an expired warrant. City's moving to dismiss without prejudice.
Dismiss without. And let me see if there's anything else here. Lewis Mays, another, that's not yours. We just did Quintana. What about Pre-Smith?
You signed him off record. He did show up
Okay.
shortly after we discussed it
Yay.
with a continuance.
And Paul Williamson.
Isn't that a warrant question?
That is an expired warrant. City moves to reissue.
So reissue warrant. All right.
Thank you.
Unless you want to stay for the infractions. Okay. Always a good time.
Always a good time. Let Barb Bad handle.
Thank you, Matt. And so all we're with, has we called Barb yet?
Oh, I just got a email and with the documents, so it should be momentary.
So it's going to be a plea?
It's going to be a plea.
Okay, Scott, Judge Scott.
Here.
There's going to be a plea. The prosecutor is just getting the paperwork on it, so it'll be a few minutes, but there's going to be a plea today. So they're going to get you on as soon as that plea comes through.
All right. Very
All
good.
right. I thank you for your patience.
We're going to finally resolve this.
Yes. Then you get to stop visiting us virtually.
Yeah.
All right. They just sent papers to. Well, she's going to have to take the plea
It's-
because Judge.
Mr. Britton is going to substitute him.
Who's going to substitute?
Ross Britton.
Ross, okay. We'll have fewer cats. So if I mute this on both sides, you can still hear Judge Bergstedt. So actually, I turned those off. So if you need that to be on for Judge Bergstedt to hear, or you can be off. Aaron? No. It was an exceptionally pleasant day for some reason today.
It was the fine work of the staff under pressure.
That was it. It must be.
Devin is not allowed to leave.
Yeah.
Although Julie did a really good job, still, we still take someone. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a while.
I just sent the paperwork.
Oh, I guess still should sign it, but
You,
the person signs. He usually emails. Yeah.
and there. I did.
Good morning, Your Honor. Before I think you have the pro tem come on, may I comment about how lovely that courthouse is looking? I have yet to be able to visit in person, but one of the nicer ones I've seen. I mean, next to Tukwila, of course, Aaron.
Yes. Well, Tequila has a new one as well.
Oh, well, I
The
just
whole-
thought this that one. Oh, maybe Judge Curry. He seems to be there.
I believe we are.
I sent him
Okay.
to him.
Mr. Britton is subbing in for Ms. Bowden.
Oh, I didn't see him.
Okay. Believe we are ready to go.
Almost ready. I will go get the printed copy, so I have something hard in front of me. Back in a minute.
Okay.
Barb got that.
Like her little.
Got a lot of interest. Yeah. I'll put that. Well, since you're really the star.
About who? Dismiss without prejudice.
Okay. And I'm back. Very good. Introduce myself. I'm Judge Berkstead, and I will be hearing the matter for us today. And with that, what is the status of the case?
Your Honor, the city is moving to amend to negligent driving in the first degree and dismiss the tracking infraction.
And good morning, Your Honor. Ross Britton standing in for Attorney of Record Barbara Bowden. I'm here present with Ms. Kuhn, who's appearing out of custody and virtually. Obviously, no objection to this hearing being conducted virtually. Similarly, no objection to the city's motion to amend the charge negligent driving first degree. We would waive filing of a formal amended written complaint in this matter. Although it was late getting it to you, I apologize for that, Your Honor, but I have gone over that statement of defendant on plea of guilty with Ms. Kuhn. We've gone over what the amended charge is, to wit, what the city would have to prove in order to find her guilty of negligent driving first degree. We've covered what those elements are, as well as the rights in paragraph 5 related to trial, which are being waived by asking Your Honor to accept this change of plea. We've gone over the city's recommendation with respect to sentencing, covered the fact that you're not bound by that recommendation, Your Honor. You could, if you so chose, sentence her up to the maximum for this simple misdemeanor. We have covered as well that the court may assess any penalties authorized by law as well, although not related in this matter. We have covered the important collateral rights related to immigration, and thankfully Ms. Kuhn is a citizen, so those aren't at issue here. I do believe there's a factual basis for this plea contained in paragraph 11, and that everything before Your Honor has been signed knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily.
Okay, thank you. So procedurally, is the approach here to have me fill out the judgment and sentence and sign it and send it to you guys, or can the prosecutor fill that out?
I think typically the judge would.
We forwarded it to you.
Okay, I've received it and it is printing, but we'll get started on things as they stand for now. So I do have a statement of defendant on plea of guilty, but before I go over, I'm sorry, I'll start with, and is your correct and true name Tegan Kuhn? Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you've had a chance to discuss this matter with your attorney. Do you have any further questions of your attorney of the court before we proceed with the plea?
I do not have any questions.
Okay, it's been indicated that the city is offering to reduce this charge to negligent driving in the first degree and to dismiss the traffic infraction. Do you have any questions about that?
I do not.
And I have a statement in here indicating that while in the city of Orting, Washington, drove a motor vehicle for a
should have been in a, apologize, Your Honor.
In a manner that was both negligent and endangered or was likely to endanger persons or property. Is that your statement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that a true and correct statement?
Yes.
Okay, now your attorney has gone through the information that is included in the statement of defendant on plea of guilty, and there are some matters that I want to ask you about and have it on record. Now, the next section goes to the rights you have as a defendant. Do you have any question about the rights you have as a defendant and the rights that you give up by entering a guilty plea?
I have no questions.
One of the more significant issues is this charge has a maximum of 90 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. As your attorney has indicated, I could sentence you up to that full amount, and it is in my discretion to do so. Do you have any question about that?
I do not have any questions.
Okay, and it's been indicated that the prosecution and the defense have reached an agreement regarding sentencing, and I'll give them a chance to explain that, and we have it in this document as well. We likely will be able to proceed then Here it is. As far as the charge of negligent driving in the first degree, do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Okay. And there is sufficient factual basis and information here to accept a plea of guilty, acknowledging that it is knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily made. I believe the defendant understands the charges and the consequences of the plea, and I will find the defendant guilty of the negligent driving in the first degree. That being said, I will go back downstairs and get the judgment and sentence back shortly. How's that? I'm back. That didn't take too long. All right. With that, a statement from the prosecutor as to the sentencing and what the recommendation is, and from the defense.
And Your Honor, the parties are agreeing to a 12-month deferred sentence in this case. I recognize this case took a long time to get to this point and a long time today, but that's because there were some significant legal issues that we had to fight back and forth on. I would ask you to follow the recommendation. I believe it is appropriate in this case, and I don't think we're going to see the defendant back.
Okay, very good. And from the defense?
Thank you, Your Honor. As Your Honor may have seen and could be also, I guess, inferred based on the recommendation between the parties, Ms. Kuhn has no prior history. While she is a person that's on the younger side, I think that this is more indicative of a single moment of very poor decision. However, in working closely with Ms. Kuhn, I think it's apparent both to myself as well as Ms. Bowden that this is an isolated incident and was what we hope when someone finds himself in this situation. What ultimately ends up happening is that it's utilized as a learning experience. Thankfully, no one was hurt, including Ms. Kuhn or anyone in the community. She did very quickly thereafter this incident obtain her chemical dependency assessment. Not too surprisingly, given her lack of history and relatively low BAC, it was a recommendation for no significant problem. She also quickly followed up and completed that recommended follow-up, the Alcohol Drug Information School, as well as the Victims Impact Panel. And while she is a young person, I think this has been something that has had a great deal of impact upon her. She has a bright future ahead of her. She has a great job, looking to, in the next year or two, to purchase her own home, which I mention these things as further evidence as I think of a young person that really is on the right track, and although made a mistake and is here accepting responsibility for that, I think this puts her in an excellent position for this to be a learning opportunity, and I'm confident that she will have learned and has learned from this and will not be before you, Your Honor, nor any other court in the future. Thus, I would join in the city's recommendation and ask that you follow that recommendation before you.
Thank you, Mr. Brittain. Ms. Kuhn, you have a chance to address the court. Tell me what you've learned and what you're going to go, where you're going to go from here.
Well, this has definitely been a learning experience. Just one instance where you feel you know, you might be okay to make a short drive home. You could hurt somebody, kill somebody, hurt yourself, end up yourself dead, you know. It was a scary experience, and it's actually made me become sober to be a driver for my friends when they want to go out. Everybody needs a driver when they go out, so I chose to be that person. I definitely don't see myself back in this situation.
Okay. Well, I believe that this agreement is appropriate, and so I'll go along with what's been recommended. A 12-month deferred sentence with the 90 days suspended, $150 fine, the alcohol evaluation, and follow through with the recommendation, which you've done with AIS, the victim impact panel. Additionally, during this period of time, do not drive if you have a suspended license. Do you have your license back now, or do you have it?
I have my license, yes.
Okay, so as long as you have your license, that's good. But if there's ever a problem, do not let that be anything that causes you to come back to court. Do not drive. Okay. And let's see. And no major moving violations during this period of time as well. Any questions? Anything further?
No. No questions.
Nothing from defense. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. And from the prosecution?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. I will prepare the form and send it back, and you guys can distribute it as it works best.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, good luck, Ms. Coons.
Thank you.
You bet.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Walls. And with your permission, if we may exit the virtual courtroom.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, Judge Curry, is Judge Curry still around?
Yes.
Okay, I see we have a late sign on.
Okay, and I will send the papers back when I can get to them, or I mean, when I can send them out.
Thank you. Yeah. So I sent you the reports I have.
Okay.
And so if you just include that,
Yep,
those with it.
Okay.
Yeah, the Western State will send out people to the jails to do the.
So I'll be gone.
Okay.
It's funny.
No, that's fine. It's Ms. Bennett.
Yes.
So the judge is no longer available.
Okay.
But the judge said that we're going to count this as an FTA, but not issue a warrant, but reset it. It looks like you're still working on getting your license back anyway.
Yes, they Grant County. Yes, since it's 3 hours away, I'm not scheduled to go to the 11th, to October 11th.
Okay. So I guess just set this to October 19th at this point. So we'll reset this to October 19th.
Okay. Okay.
Hopefully you will have your license cleared by then.
Yes, yes, I have to travel. Yeah, 3 hours. So
Okay.
yeah, I thought
Yeah.
I could do virtual, but they wouldn't allow me to. So
It's
yes.
it's a beautiful drive. So.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Long, but yeah. Okay, thank you so much. So you said October 19th?
October 19th, 10 o'clock.
Okay, thank you very much.
And it's same login.
I'm sorry?
It'll be the same login for Blue Jeans.
Okay, okay, thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
thank you. Okay.
Yeah.